various ways we serve our scholars, develop a basic understanding of current financial and social barriers, contribute to OSP scholars' academic decisions, learn the unique challenges that first generation student population face and or characteristics, and to really understand the role of an OSP advisor. So with that being said, I would like to introduce you to the OSP staff. So we have Dr. Pinckney Epp. He is the OSP advisor. We have Mrs. Shauna Robinson. She is the Gamecock Guarantee Coordinator. Myself and our new GA, Miss Sheila Foreman, and she's the GA of Cultural and Tutoring events. So question time. I teach University 101. I love to ask questions and get questions started. So I just now realized that I cannot see my chat box. So if you could unmute yourself and state your name, what department you're an advisor in, and what's one thing you know or have heard about the Opportunity Scholars Program.
Floyd, I can monitor chat too for you if we need to at any point.
Awesome, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Hi, Floyd.
Hello.
My name is Caleb Morris, and I work in the University Advising Center as an exploratory advisor. And one thing about OSP that I know is that OSP is federally known as TRIO Student Support Services.
Yes, Caleb, it's good to hear you and see your picture. Awesome to see you. Do you have anyone else who wants to contribute to the discussion of what they know or what they've heard about the Opportunity Scholars Program?
Hey Floyd, this is Sarah from the College of Engineering and Computing. I know that they have a tuition discount for OSP classes.
Yes, thank you, thank you. We do offer a tuition reduction for our OSP classes. So with that being said, I want to really go over the program overview with you real quick. So the Opportunity Scholars Program is a TRIO program, better known as the Student Support Service. As Caleb mentioned, we are one of 4 TRIO programs at the University of South Carolina. We've been here since 1972. One of our main goals is to identify multiple services in assisting degree obtainment for first generation college scholars in their transition process to the University of South Carolina, and also give our scholars an affordable, quality educational experience while receiving academic, financial, social, and personal support in addition to advisement and guidance. So access without support is not opportunity. So this was a book written by Kathy Engstrom and Vincent Tintone. I always messed up his name, but it's okay. But they are associate professor and university professor at the University of Syracuse, and they wrote this book to focus on the opportunities that first generation low-income students come into the university with, so they have access to get to the university, but where is that support system once they get here and transition throughout that process? We really hone in on this book and the resources that it provides when really trying to build a foundation for first generation college students to acclimate to the university setting and be well versed in what's the university lingo, the resources that is provided through the university, and ways that they can become holistic scholars within the university setting as they graduate, as they try to attain their degree through their 4 to 6 years. So some programmatic elements of the Opportunity Scholar Program. I'm gonna go over these briefly. I'm gonna cover them in more detail in later slides. So students identified through the admissions and financial aid office. We offer financial aid assistance, academic courses, faculty and staff development, academic advisement, support services, culture enrichment activities, and feedback and evaluation to improve our program's efficiency when providing support to our scholars. So who do we serve? We serve first generation low income college students from the state of South Carolina. So first generation and trio, meaning that neither parents have attained a bachelor's degree. Low income, meaning that students are below the 150% poverty line when um, by the state. And what that means is, so if you can look here on the second row all the way down at the bottom, for the federal poverty level for family of four income from 2018, that states that family of four income is roughly 37K per year. So for the typical OSP scholar, the average OSP scholars in 2018, 2019, that family income was roughly 18K per year for a family of four. And for 19, that was 15K per student. So this gives you a kind of a context of the financial strengths that goes with our students when coming to the university. Also, our students are also they have state scholarships. So majority of our students have either Parmello Fellows, Life Scholarship, or Hope Scholarship, which are state-based scholarships that they offer. So question time again. Can transfer students that meet the requirements for the Opportunity Scholars Program be admitted into the OSP program? And you can unmute yourself, put in the chat your answers or your thoughts.
This is Jane. I'm gonna guess no. I don't know why, but
No? Okay.
Skylar guessed no too.
Okay. Yes. And the answer is no, because because we work closely with admissions and financial aid, and our scholars obtain the Gamecock guarantee. They're actually invited into our program. They're within May of their first year at the within May in their senior year at the in high school. So essentially, what that means is admissions and financial aid gets information and regarding if they meet the requirements of the OSP program. So with the admissions, they determine if they're first generation, and for financial aid, they determine if they meet the 150% poverty rate to be admitted into the OSP program. So when that's done, when those students are identified, they're sent an invitation their senior year within the first month of May, within the first week of May, pretty much inviting them into the program, giving them information on what our program is and what we can offer them. And then the scholars have until May the 31st to accept or decline our offer. If they accept, they are officially a part of the OSP program. If they choose to continue their education at the university, and if they decline or do not respond, they're automatically out of the program. And with that being said, they cannot get back into the program. So we do not offer. We do not accept transfer students within the program. So Opportunity Scholars are not a monolithic group. However, they do have some shared experiences, traits, and patterns of behavior. So a monolithic group is essentially they do everything alike. So even though our students have some of those traits, they're not totally monolithic group. So you cannot pretty much judge an opportunity scholar in like one spectrum. Like for example, if they're first generation, they need the support. It really gauges in communication, like talking to the scholars, getting to know them, and then understanding what they need and the support we can provide them. So a little bit about the profile of opportunity scholars. And like I said before, these are some similar traits that we've seen in the past, but these does not equate to all OSP scholars. So a lack of knowledge about the university resources and tradition, plan to work at least 20 hours per week. And our scholars do work a lot throughout their years at the university, but we have things in place to try to get subside that. Attend college within 50 miles of home and live at home. Attend college recommended by their guidance counselors. So, do I have a question?
Yeah. Skylar asked Floyd if there's a comparative program like OSP for transfer students, like if they were involved in the TRIO program at their first institution.
I'm not 100% sure that there's a comparison program just like OSP or offer the amount of benefits that our OSP offer, but I can find it out for you and let you know.
Okay. So I didn't know. I guess more like, can they still be involved with TRIO here if they were involved in the TRIO program at their first institution? Is it a possibility?
So no, just because of our partnership with other universities. So essentially, like we can assist. But I get what you're saying. So if a student comes from, for example, USC Upstate Trio program to the University of South Carolina, can they still be a part of the Trio program at USC
Yeah,
Columbia?
I think that's what. Yeah.
So unfortunately, they cannot benefit from the financial gain of being in the Opportunity Scholar program, but we would never turn away a scholar, and if we can provide any type of resources in terms of like things that are going on campus, department resources that, like, for example, the Student Success Center may offer certain opportunities that we know about. The Career Center may offer certain opportunities. We can provide that information for them. But as far as like them, like um, getting involved with the financial benefits of the Opportunity Scholar Program, which means Gamecock Guarantee, which I'll talk about a little bit later, and the OSP Reduced Carolina Core classes, which I'll talk about a little bit later too. They cannot partake in those benefits, if that answers your question.
Yeah, I believe it does. Thank you. That was helpful.
Yep, no problem. Um, they're typically the star of their family. So our students come in with high test scores, very enthusiastic about the college experience. They come, they're normally the stars of their family. They see college primarily as a preparation for work, opposed to a intrinsic learning. So rather than them coming to college to explore and learn different things about themselves as alongside of getting prepared for work or what they need to do to graduate, they come in with the more of a mindset of I'm trying to get to the end goal rather than like going through the journey and partaking in all the opportunities that are available within that journey. Um, they're risk takers who are highly motivated. They're the first in their family to embark on this journey. They're really energetic and motivated, but they also can have academic preparation and leadership ability that may require support. Um, what that means is, like, yes, they're highly motivated, they're top achieving in their class, but they may need some refining when terms of the university lingo, navigating the university system, and like adjusting to the college setting in general. Um, our scholars tend to think that they cannot partake in study abroad opportunity due to financial constraints. They are afraid of securing internships and co-ops. They typically don't engage in undergraduate research and take part in fewer extracurricular activity. Sometimes it could be due to them actually working that 20 hours per week, or them commuting from home if they're living at home. So those are some examples of that they choose not to partake in these type of opportunities. Is there any question regarding what I just talked about?
Nothing in the chat right now. I
Thank
don't know
you.
if anybody wants to unmute and say anything.
Thank you. So some factors that may affect the successful transition to college for opportunity scholars: effective initial adjustment. So coming to college and not and feeling isolated, or academic and social integration. So not adapting to the learning curve from high school to college in terms of the flexibility with the classes, but also the demand of the workload, the academic workload, and cultural adaptation, which means, like, our scholars are coming from small towns within the state of South Carolina to a bigger flagship university, to where it could be a culture shock, and just navigating those borders. And these are some of the things that OSP do to try to subside those initial adjustment concerns. We offer a variety of opportunities so students don't feel isolated, students feel like socially engaged, partaking in those cultural activities and things like that. And I'll discuss those a little bit later as well. So as I was talking about earlier, the Gamecock Guarantee. The Gamecock Guarantee grants scholars $4,500 per year for 4 years, provided they maintain their eligibility, of course. And also, in breaking that down, that's roughly 2,200 per semester in financial benefit. And for those eligibility markers that they have to meet. So they have to complete their FAFSA each academic year starting October 1st. If they have any additional information that they need to submit, they need to do that by April 1st. Main academic satisfaction and progress towards their degree, and also with those state scholarships, like Life, Parmello Fellow, and things like that, maintain that 3.0 GPA and those 30 credit hours per academic year. They also have to maintain their eligibility for a federal Pell Grant or their University Access Grant. So essentially what that means is, which is completely out of their control, of course, but if a scholar is admitted into the Opportunity Scholar Program, and within their second year, when they fill out their FAFSA, their parent got a higher paying job that pushed them over that 150% mark. And then once they fill out their FAFSA, and that reflects, so they cannot receive the Gamecock Guarantee benefits because they do not meet those three qualifications anymore. But if for whatever reason, like their parents switch jobs or lose that job, and they fill out the FAFSA for the next year, they can reinstate the Gamecock Guarantee at that time. But they still can partake in the OSP events, classes, and things like that, even though they do not receive Gamecock Guarantee. Because once an OSP scholar, always OSP scholars. And they have to be active member in the OSP program. We have a lot of different initiatives that we provide our scholars that we will talk about a little bit later, but they have to be actively involved and partaking in those experiences. So, okay. So, question time again. So, will an OSP scholar be eligible for Gamecock Guarantee if they have 58 credit hours going into the summer prior to their third year at the university? And that's a question for you guys.
Feel free to unmute and talk if it's easier. I
Yes, you
see
can.
chats are starting.
You can unmute yourself and talk if that's easier for you. You said there was something in the chat.
Somebody's some Looks like some people are typing. Okay, I have a no, and I have a they would have a summer to complete it. So they could get to the 60 or the credit hours through the summer.
Yes, so both are correct. So the answer is no, they would not be eligible for game card guarantee going into the next year. But they do have the summer to um, pretty much make up those 2 credit hours. But we as OSP advisors like to tell students like, even though you only need 2 credit hours, if you take 6 more credit two classes, 6 credit hours per the summer, you can also partake in like getting financial aid for the summer to reduce that cost. So now we're getting into the OSP courses. So a little bit about our courses. So a typical course at the University of South Carolina costs $1,200 to $1,500 per class. With OSP, that costs our scholars only have to pay $200 roughly, and that's in tech fees for our OSP class. So um, a scholar can take up to 3 classes or more, well, take up to 3 classes or more to see a big reduction within their tuition, but but each individual class counts towards a reduction. So a scholar do not have to take 3 classes to get the reduction, but they see the most reduction when they take 3 or more. Um, and I know I get this question a lot from scholars and other advisors, so I just wanted to address this. Finance 101 and University 101 are may not be degree required courses for for their majors, but there are OSP requirement for all freshmen to take within their first year. So we think both of these courses are essential in the transition to college for our scholars, and we also think they're very beneficial when building that community within our program. So just like if you see Finance 101 on your or University 101 on an OSP scholars schedule, the reason why is we require those students to take those classes to partake in those things, even though they may not be a degree requirement for their particular major. And with that being said, something I forgot to mention is all OSP scholars, like the majors vary. Like our scholars like vary from engineering, nursing, public health, international business, dance, like it's across the board. Like pretty much every major can be identified within the Opportunity Scholar Program because our scholars partake in like various majors. Do I have any questions about the Opportunity Scholars Program courses?
Just to clarify for the credit hours, is it 30 per year or 30 credit hours by the end of the first year, 60 by the end of the second year,
Great
etc.?
question. So it's 30 credit hours per academic year. So like you were saying, so 30 credit hours per their first year, 60 credit hours per their second year, and so forth.
Okay.
We typically require our students to take um, 15 more classes, 15 or more classes per semester, but that can vary depending on the student's major. So their major probably require them to take 17, for example. They'll be fine. They'll exceed that amount. If a student, for some reason, is in 15 credit hours and um, withdraw from a class for whatever reason, and then now they're down to 12, they can take 17 within that spring semester to make up for that 3, or they can take 3 to 6. Well, we recommend 6 credit hours for summer to make up for that 30 that they need.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? regarding OSP courses. And also to know,
About how many courses do you offer a semester? Do you know if there's like a
yes.
section?
Let me see if it's the next one. Yes. Okay. Sweet. It's the next
Okay.
one. So
Yeah.
here is the list of the Opportunity Scholar courses that we offer. So typically our courses are Carolina core related courses. So we have English 101, 102, History 102, Math 111, 115, 112, and 141, Psych 101, Sociology 101, Speech 140, Environment 101, Finance 101, and University 101. So the thing to note about OSP classes are they're identified by their T section. So how you have J for online, you have C for capstone, the T represent for trio for OSP. And a student have to take the T section to get that reduction. So if an OSP scholar takes a general class of English 101, they would not get that reduction to where they only have to pay 200. They will have to pay the full amount. Um, And also, and for the spring courses, we have English 102, English 285, History 112, Math 122, 141, and 170, Stats 201, Speech 140, and Finance 101, and also Math 142. And these are courses that are in high demand for our scholars, and a lot of our scholars take. And we are very intentional about which classes we offer because our scholars have a variety, like they're across the board with majors. So these classes are typically offering the majority of the majors that our scholars partake in.
And then we have a question on how are the faculty members selected?
So the faculty, great question. The faculty members are selected by our director. So Director Epps and his supervisor, our associate director, Ms. Counts. They actually go to, like, for example, we need a psychology class. They will meet with the psychology department, and based on the psychology department recommendation, they will interview professors to see like if they're qualified to teach our classes. That answer your question?
Yep, thank you.
Yep, no problem. So OSP and advising. So as you know, we have three advisor on staff. We have Dr. Epps, myself, and Mrs. Robinson. We go through the advising training from the UAC. We are We we do the certification each and every year to make sure we abreast of like the protocols and policies and the different platforms in regards to advising. We mainly utilize EAB Navigate, Major Maps, Self-Service, DegreeWorks, and when advising our scholars. So we serve as the primary advisor for our students going into the summer prior to their first year. So during orientation of our scholars' first year at the university, we serve as their primary advisors. And then going into the fall and spring semester, we actually serve as their secondary advisor. And then whatever major that they're partaking in, that advisor transition to their primary advisor. And with that being said, when we advise scholars for the fall and spring semester, we typically advise the week or two before fall break and spring break to give you kind of a outlook on when we do our advising for scholars throughout that time. And when we advise them, we try to focus on how many OSP classes that they can take to get their reduction, and if they're like on pace towards completing their degree at a reasonable rate. For upperclassmen, we do not meet with upperclassmen in person, but we do e-advisement for upperclassmen. to ensure that they're staying on track towards graduation and meeting all those requirements. So we do e-advisement for upperclassmen, and if upperclassmen reach out to us directly for advisement, we'll then do advisement for them as well. And also, when we are advising scholars, we normally put our advising notes in degree works under the notes tab. So if you have a OSP scholar, and if you have an OSP scholar, just check your notes for in degree works to see any update that we in the OSP staff has made. Do you have any question regarding like the format of advisement?
No, but that's really helpful to know.
No problem. So now, to get into some of the programmatic things that we do for our program. So we have initiatives to address some of the adjustment concerns like social, culture, and academic concerns that, for our scholars. So these initiatives are meant to give scholars a sense of belonging, address that isolation issue, and give them coping strategies and academic strategies in regards to their coursework. So we have the OSP debate team, we have the Mel Initiative, we have the FAM Initiative, which is Female Achieving and Mastering Excellence. We also have the mentoring program that we offer with OSP, and we have the study abroad opportunity as well. For the study abroad opportunity, we've been to the Netherlands, we've been to Dublin, Ireland, and I'm excited to tell y'all this. First heard here. Hopefully, if the situation gets better with COVID and whatnot, we're looking to go to Rome, Italy, this semester. But that's based on if everything gets better, clears up, and our students are safe to travel within that process. So very happy to announce that, and like our scholars really enjoy these opportunities. They're really invested in like not only partaking in these opportunities, but also giving back to their peers and those in regards to the mentoring program and also the lead program as well. And the lead program is a leadership opportunity for scholars to create workshops and events for their peers and gain those type of programmatic leadership training for that as well. And the quote of the day is, I love quotes, by the way. So you have a great quote, pop it in the chat. I love quotes. We are who we choose to be. And essentially, what that means is something I like to tell our scholars all the time. Like, it doesn't really matter where you came from, as long as you got the perseverance and the determination to make a change. You can be who you want to be, and we're going to be here to help guide you and support you throughout that process. Because OSP is a family, and we are here to help support our scholars in any way we can so they can be the best they can be and graduate from the University of South Carolina with little to no debt. And is there any questions?
Anybody? There's some stuff going up in the chat. So I want to make sure I understand this correctly. All OSP students receive Gamecock Guarantee, but not all students who receive Gamecock Guarantee are OSP students.
Yes, correct. So all OSP students do receive Gamecock Guarantee, but we do have for Gamecock Guarantee, there are also capstone students and honor students that may receive Gamecock Guarantee as well, but not part of the OSP program.
Okay. When would you want advisors to refer OSP students back to your office?
Well, that depends. For example, if you have a first year scholar who, um, like I was telling you about, like when we meet for advisement is the first week or two before fall break and spring break. So if you're like getting a jump on advisement and like want to meet ahead of time, just let the scholars, just tell the scholars, let us know so we can go ahead and do our advisement earlier so we can stay on track.
Okay. I have
And
some more
also,
questions.
I have um a photo version of the classes that we offer that I can send out as well. So you can have like a screenshot of like all the classes we offer through OSP, if that'll be
Oh,
helpful for you.
yeah, that would be really helpful. Okay, so two questions. I think this one's kind of answered. Do you prefer that the student has met with their major advisor before OSP or after? Or does it make a difference?
So we prefer before, and that's just essentially to get to ensure that they're in the correct OSP classes, so they can get their reduction.
Okay, so you want to meet with them before, or do you want?
Yeah, so
Okay,
OSP wants to meet with the students first. But if, like I was saying, if you want to like get a jump on your advisement load, just please just tell the scholars like, hey, just go ahead and reach out to your OSP advisor so y'all can do y'all advisement and then come back for advisement or set your time for advisement.
okay. And then could you tell us anything about the McNair Scholars Program?
Yeah, so the McNair is one of the four trio program at the university. So that's geared towards um, sophomores and juniors, and it's a 6 week research opportunity where scholars get to um, partake in a research 6 week research opportunity and um, present out on their research topic at a national institution, national conference. It was a really great opportunity, and I can give you the McNair director's contact information so you can gain more information about her program.
Thank you. And then we have a question. Do you all ever, can you pre-register them for T sections?
Um, yes, but we typically don't, and the reason why is because with for example, in the summer, when students are coming in for summer orientation, then advisement, we want to do that on the spot and rather than like pre put them in the classes because they could have potential dual enrollment or AP scores that are coming in that are not in the system yet, that will negate those classes.
And then you wouldn't do it during the fall or the spring either.
Right.
Floyd, can you just take a second? This is Sabrina, and I work in nursing. And so we have a really structured curriculum where the students just don't have an opportunity to manipulate which semester they're taking, which Carolina core piece, and such that. So when you guys are working with students in curriculums that are so structured, how do you guys try and balance those benefits and opportunities that the scholars might want to take part in with the tuition reduction pieces and things like that, and then the actual required courses that they need for their major? Like we often will see, hey, we've given them a list of 5 or 6 things, and then y'all try and, maybe find other benefits that they want to take advantage of. And so then those two lists aren't matching. So the students are getting conflicting messages. So how does that work? What are you guys prioritizing, and how can we work to make sure the students have a clear list of courses?
Got you. That's understandable. So with nursing, and just with like engineering and things like that, where their classes are so structured, one of the benefits of the OSP program is that um, students do not have to. They're not required to take all of the OSP classes within their first year. So we can have, for example, History 112 or History 112 class that can be taken within someone's junior year, depending on when it works into work into their schedule. So the thing with that is just continue to meet as advisors, like the OSP advisors with the nursing advisors, and just come into a common understanding beforehand to where we are all on the same page.
Floyd, this is Sarah from the College of Engineering and Computing, kind of following up on that, because just to be perfectly frank, there's not really any opportunities other than maybe their first semester to be in 3 of those classes at the same time. Who can we go about like working to get other classes designated as trio programs? Because like I see the only science is environmental, and that's not going to count for any of our engineering programs. But maybe if we could get chemistry or physics on there, that could help.
Right. So with that being said, like as I was saying earlier, like you see students see the most reduction on their tuition when they take 3 or more classes, but they do not have to necessarily, like, the reduction count for each individual class. So if they cannot take 3 classes within that semester, taking 1 class per semester, they still getting some form of reduction. And with that being said, about the environment class, like that's something like I can talk to my director about to see, like, is there any opportunity of getting additional science classes for engineering students.
Hello, Mr. Coffee.
Hello, Dr. F. That's my director.
Um, uh, by the way, thank you. You're doing a great job. I was just listening in the whole time here, so great job. Just to further answer that question, courses selection for the Opportunity Scholars Program, the SSS grant, as we are known federally, are decided based on collaboration between the executive director of TRIO, Ms. Hathia Counts, and the deans of each one of the colleges across the campus. She initiates those contact with the deans to see which courses can be offered through OSP. And there are certain classes that require labs. And I know we're in a different timetable, different situation here now with COVID, but in traditional timetable, there are lab sections that where the lab is not housed in TRIO, and it has to work at a certain time for the particular department. So, for instance, in the sciences, environmental science was decided by the dean office for arts and sciences alongside Director Counts. We tend to examine a number of courses throughout the year to make sure that we are staying on track with making sure that things are offered for Opportunity Scholars in line with the academic units. This year, we actually started offering sociology for the first time because there were a number of nursing students that needed sociology within their first year. So instead of offering 2 sections of psychology, we decided to offer 1 of psychology and 1 of sociology to meet that new need, since we were having so many scholars who have been accepted in the pre-nursing program coming into the University of South Carolina. So those decisions are made on each year in collaboration with myself, Executive Director Counts, and the deans of each one of the colleges to make sure that we're in line in making sure that the student can be on track to graduate. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, that's helpful. And if we can, maybe when those decisions are made, if we can get that disseminated to the advisors, that would be really helpful just for planning ahead and everything.
That would be fine. We also place our courses on the TRIO website. So when you go to sc.edu/TRIO, you can click on college programs in the middle of the page, and it'll bring up the Opportunity Scholars Program. And then on that page, we list the fall and the spring classes. So those are updated every year. The only one that's not added right there right now is the sociology, because again, that was newly added for this semester. But typically all of our classes are actually listed there. But we can gladly send those out to through Mr. Coffee for UAC, so that you guys will have those each year as well too, so you know what OSP will be offering for the upcoming year. Thanks again, Mr. Coffey. Excellent job.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you, Dr. Epps and Mr. Coffey. I appreciate you guys. Does anybody else have any questions? I don't want to cut anybody off here every few minutes. And we are working to update this specific training that's in our course. So I'm taking some of this information, and Floyd's looked over some of the information we've had too. So we'll get some of this newer information included in there, as well as like directing you to the website. So that's great field notes to go there to see the classes. You're getting a lot of thank yous, and this was very helpful, and I agree.
Also, thank y'all for having me.
Thank you for joining us virtually. I'm gonna drop the assessment back there again. If you all will take a few minutes to complete the assessment. I am recording this, so later today, tomorrow, I'll have it up on the website. If you need to go back and listen to anything, or if you want to share it with anybody who wasn't here, you think it'd be beneficial as well. And I can send it the link to you, Floyd, too, so you can share it with anybody in your area that you might think might need to see it.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Well, everybody have a great Thursday. Stay as dry as possible. And thank you again.
And thank you for joining.
Yeah. All right, bye, everybody.
Bye.